Good afternoon, and welcome to this year's Lakeland College Student Managed Farm mid-year presentation for the Livestock Research Unit, powered by New Holland. This is our team for the year, as well as our respected positions. My name is Alex Stroutman, and I am from Dalhousie, Saskatchewan. And I am the general manager of this year's Livestock Research Team. This is the 5th year of the Livestock Research Team, and it is made up of 8 students across Alberta and Saskatchewan. Our purpose this year is to showcase Western Canadian cattle practices while maintaining an economically viable, extensive herd. This is our team vision. Our unit strives to continue to build an extensive, low-maintenance, strong maternal cow herd with a vast amount of information regarding our background data and breed composition. This is our SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis allows us to highlight areas such as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This year, in the strengths category, we highlighted the innovative ideas. Because of our small team and work ethic, we felt that this was necessary to highlight. Some innovative ideas we have for this year was that we are bale grazing on electric fence paddocks that are 4-day rotations. We also are planning to graze cow-calf pairs on corn for the month of December. Also, we are planning to wean in January, and we are working on a branding proposal that Leah will touch on later in the presentation. All these innovative ideas create opportunities to reach out to the consumer and producer and educate the public on different practices. Our biggest weakness this year was our grass availability. We overgrazed one of our pastures this summer, which creates a threat for future feed availability. And this we plan to combat by reducing our herd size and also a regenerative pasture program. These are the recommendations from last year's team. We followed them closely and continue to work hard to achieve them. Our short-term goals line up clearly with the recommendations from last year. At the start of September, we created a calendar based on our SOPs that we follow very closely. Also, we are well on our way to buying an Angus bull that is RFI tested that Michaela will touch on later. For our long-term goals, as aforementioned, we are planning to wean in January, and we continue to gather RFI data through the Grow Safe program.
My name's Kyle Paulgard. I'm in charge of records and facilities for our group. So our inventory this year, we have 66 cow-calf pair. It's a Hereford Angus herd, and we have 8 bred heifers as well as 1 Hereford bull. Our record keeping system that we use, so we use herd tracks. We upload all of our events that we do through herd tracks, the calves' births, their birth weights, the deaths, all the RFID numbers of the cows and the calves, as well as the cattle weights and the calf weights. We use the True Test scale and wand. With the True Test, it'll connect the wand to the scale. You can scan the RFID of the animal, and then it'll automatically match the weight to the RFID of the animal. That gets uploaded all into herd tracks. Then we use BICs as well with our calves. So we sell our calves, after we sell our calves, we can put the RFIDs into BICs, and we can track our calves straight to slaughter. So our key performance indicators that we looked at, so we used GOLD, we used the growth rate, the open rate, the length of calving, as well as the death loss. So our growth rate, we're at 39% of the dams weight. Our calves were an average of 163 days old when we weighed them, so the 43% is off of a 205-day weaning weight generally, so we're still pretty on track with that number. Our open rate's 8.6%. It's higher than we'd like it to be, but we're still within comfortable range, but we're looking to bring that down. Our length of calving was 68 days, so we're happy with that, and our death loss is 1.4%. We did lose a calf during calving.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne Gates, and I am this year's Mixed Farm Coordinator for this year's research team. Our mixed farm team is made up of all of the SMF teams, our farm staff and farm manager, as well as Amy Stanley, our faculty advisor. We as a team gather once a week to discuss what is going on around the farm, any tasks and concerns that need to be taken care of. Throughout the year so far, we have discussed plans that are seen as our future and what our farm is to look like. We have plans to have 3 water bowls implemented on farm property, which is LC 1345 and LC 10. This is to help for when our cows come back from pasture and are able to stubble graze, as well as our equine and dairy teams who stay on campus year-round. On the bar farm, there is a dairy barn that we are wanting to turn into a show barn as to fix our problem with the calving and AI barn being overcrowded. On our farm campus, we have plans to see our beef yards become more efficient, as well as more dairy space. And if you look into our feed and grain yard, there are plastic wrapped bales, which is seen as emergency feed and can last several years. As a mixed farm, our goal is to create a smooth running team, as well as have clear communication with everybody around.
My name is Leah Oswald, and I'm the health coordinator as well as the trial coordinator on the team this year. This year we vaccinated our calves on November 4th with Ultrabac 7 with Somubac, as well as Vista Once subcutaneous. As for other treatments, our calves were given vitamin A, D, E, as well as selenium at birth, and this is to prevent deficiencies in our calves. In addition to this, 9 of our calves and 12 of our cows were treated for foot rot, pneumonia, scours, or other infections. We treated these with biomycin or Draxin. One of our cows was also treated with dexamethasone for a swollen neck. We believe that our treatment records were higher this summer since it was a wet summer, and when all of the animals drink from the same water source, it is easier for bacteria to be spread from one animal to another. As for fall treatments, one of the trial heifers was treated this fall for a swollen elbow. We treated her with Exceed as well as Medicam. On November 4th, we preg-checked our cows and heifers. In addition to this, we treated our cows, calves, heifers, and our bull with Ivamec. This is to prevent internal and external parasites.
Hello, my name is Michaela Sattler, and I am this year's Reproduction and Nutritionist Coordinator. On October 30th, our cow-calf pairs started bale grazing. Our bale prices are $78.41 for hay and $83.02 for green feed. This comes out to $3 a day for a pair and 40 cents of yardage a day. Our cows are currently grazing on LC 15 and 16, where we have divided the pasture into 10 paddocks. Each paddock carries a ratio of 7 to 5. 7 hay, 5 green feed. Every 4 to 5 days is when we push them into the next paddock. Over the Christmas break, we plan on grazing our cow-calf pairs on corn. On July 22nd, our bulls went out for the breeding period. 2 Black Angus bulls went with 47 mature cows and 10 replacement heifers. Our Hereford bull went out with 25 mature cows. 3 weeks into the breeding period, one of the Black Angus bulls were injured and replaced with a backup Black Angus bull. On September 23rd is when bulls were pulled. This comes out to a 63-day breeding period. On November 4th, we did preg checking. Out of the 2 Black Angus bulls, 2 mature cows were open and 2 mature cows were open and 2 replacement heifers were open. From our Hereford bull, there was 3 mature cows open. This leaves us with 7 open in total. We are potentially looking into purchasing an RFI tested bull. Our budget for purchasing an RFI tested bull is at $13,000. With a budget like this, we are potentially looking into buying 2. As a team, we have come up with an ideal characteristics into looking for a bull. We are looking for a low birth weight, high weaning weight, conformation, temperament, for him to be able to be used on our replacement heifers.
RFI testing has been done in the past with the research team with our replacement heifers. RFI stands for residual feed intake and is a measurement of the animal's feed efficiency. This fall, we have done a trial on Charolais heifers, which are sourced from local producers. We are also utilizing the Grow Safe Beef system, which is in the research barn on campus. Through this system, the animals eat out of the feed bunks, and this will record the animals' feed efficiency. This is beneficial for producers as it gives them more information on how to manage their herds more efficiently. In addition, our team is also interested in doing a branding trial this year. Our team is also interested in doing a branding demo this year. The objective of this demo is to find out if it is more economical to brand with or without a painkiller. We are looking into utilizing the herd animals that are already on campus, as well as using branding supplies that we already have on campus. This demo would improve public confidence in Canadian beef and also provide producers with information on how to efficiently manage their operations.
Hi, my name is Shaylin Walls. I'm this year's Range and Forage Manager. From April 20th to October 30th, our herd grazed a total of 194 days. During this time, our herd consisted of 74 cow-calf pairs and 10 heifers. Lakeland College pasture opportunity cost for a cow-calf pair is $1.30, this coming to a total of $18,662.80. Our opportunity cost for a heifer is $1.08, this coming to a total of $2,095.20. Our total grazing cost from April 20th to October 30th is $20,758. Our Range and Forage Committee has decided that our most aggressive regeneration plan would be to rip up and reseed the land. From there, moving towards our least aggressive plan would be to do a broadcast, a fertilizer, a herbicide spray, a dry manure spread, liquid manure spread, mowing, and our least aggressive regeneration plan would be to let the land rest. Our committee has decided that we would like to do a liquid manure spread to help put nutrients back into the land and a herbicide spray to reduce the weed pressure on desirable forages.
Hi, my name is Lucy Brokeman, and I'm the Marketing and Finance Committee Coordinator of the research team. When looking at these next two displays, we can address that one of them represents what we have been budgeted by the previous team, and the other displays what we have spent so far. We can address that blue represents what we have been budgeted with, and orange represents what we have spent so far. Please keep in mind that I have separated these two displays for visual purposes, as our feed expense and bull purchase expense is the highest expense that we have been budgeted with. Also note that we have not received all invoices regarding purchases to date, so these next displays are to the highest level of accuracy we can achieve. In the beginning of the term, we have been budgeted more than $60,000 in feed expenses and have spent nearly 46% of that budget. We have predicted that we are on track for when it comes to feed expense, since we have been given the cutoff date on October 31st, and we have started bale grazing in around November. In regards to veterinary and medical expense, Leah mentioned earlier why our veterinary and medical expense has been so high this year. We started out with $4,200 and spent 41% of that budget. Farm supplies and materials, we have accumulated a dollar value of $800 and nearly spent 93% of the budget due to unexpected farm supplies we have experienced. like getting new round post insulators, paint for range assessments, and lubricant fluid. $2,800 was what we have been budgeted for sale deductions and have spent nearly 1% of that budget. When looking at this diagram, we can assume that 92% of our budget directly correlates to feed expenses. 6% falls under veterinary and medical expense, and finally 2% goes under farm supplies and materials. We have spent some of our budget in sale deductions, but it's unfortunately not enough to see in this visual. Please note when looking at this diagram that all of our cattle income has taken place in April of 2020, and we have not received invoices till early to mid-summer. As you can see, heifer sales is our biggest sale income that we have. Also keep in mind that the heifer sales we have from earlier this year took place in the RFI trial programmed here at the college. The total income we have been budgeted with was $33,318.62. Marketing break-evens is one of the tools that we use to help us determine when is the best time to sell our calves. We have decided to do break-evens at 30, 60, and 90 days after weaning. The calculations for these 3 time zones are as follows. For the 30 days, we will be losing about $48 per head. For 60 days, about $20 per head, and for the 90 days, we'll be losing about $105 per head. Judging by the break-evens provided, we have decided that it would be best to sell the calves after separation of the dam.
Hello, my name is Kristen Taves. I am from Melfort, Saskatchewan. I am the secretary as well as the Ontario and Public Relations Coordinator for this year. Our Facebook page on September 1st had 604 likes, and as of November 24th, it increased to 657 likes. The post to your left is our most popular post so far this year. It had reached 5,546 people and had 1,888 engagements. In this post, we talked about our herd inventory and why it's important to do them, our corn silage and what you do, and then our range assessments and why it's important as well. The graph that you see on your top right is when our followers are most active on Facebook. This graph is shown in Pacific time. It shows that our followers are most active on Facebook from 5 to 9 p.m. Alberta time, and it averages at 397 people online. The bar graph on your bottom right shows what type of post is our most popular. It shows that videos will reach about 3,316 people on average, as our photos will only reach 2,696 people. If you would like to follow along with us for the rest of our year, please follow us on Facebook at Lakeland College SMF Livestock Research Unit. At this time, we would like to thank everyone so far for their support this year, including New Holland, our faculty advisor, Marisa Schubel, Braden Lewis, Bailey Halouche, Obi Duruna, the rest of the farm staff team, and as well as the other SMF teams, along with our sponsors.
That concludes our major presentation, and now the floor is open to questions. Yes, Janet.
So you talked about wanting to buy an RFI tested bull, but yet you don't have anything about RFI testing in your selection criteria. So why would that be?
The question is, why don't we have RFI testing as a criteria in our bull selection? I'd like to call on Michaela Sattler to answer this question.
As for your question, that was something that I forgot to misplace in our power slide. It is something that we would like to look into due to the fact that last year's team has asked for us. We're looking for a lower RFI testing due to the fact that a lower number is better for a feed residual intake. Does that answer your question?
So have you set a criteria for what that might be?
We have not currently. It is in discussion.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just wondering, so given the herd that you guys have inherited this year, what's your biggest opportunity to increase profitability? So what, look at your expenses and your revenues. So what are you guys focusing on to try to improve this year and increase profitability?
The question was to increase profitability. What are we doing to do so? I'd like to call it Lucy Brokeman to answer this question.
I'm going to be honest, and I don't really know how to answer that question.
For ourselves this year, we have an idea to reduce our herd size because of grass availability. So this could create another source of income. Any more questions? Thank you.